Welcome to another Hi event right here on Hi TV, your luxury channel. I'm here at the Cinnamon Grand today for a brilliant gathering of intellectual and creative minds alike. RIBA Sri Lanka and AIA International presents Architecture, a Lasting Impact International Conference. My name is Dima. Stay tuned with Hi Events to find out more. I have Nela D'Souza here with me now. Nela, a lot of work has gone in, a lot of time, a lot of effort has gone in. Now the day is finally here. How do you feel about the event today?
I'm very grateful to my committee who has really worked day and night to execute all this. It is a lot of work on everybody's part, and I'm very thankful to everybody.
For people walking in today, what can they expect?
I think it's the first time in Sri Lanka that we have 12 international star architects all on one stage. They're in for an absolute spectacle.
An event of this magnitude needs a lot of funding and a lot of support from the industry and other areas as well. How has it been for you to find the kind of help that you need?
It has been an uphill task, I have to say that. But thanks to all the sponsors, Tokyo Cement, KK Holdings, Anka Wall Tiles, Maxons, Jet Holdings. I mean, there were many sponsors who have come together, who have really helped us to put this together. You know, without money, we couldn't have done anything.
I have Roshan Mizan here with me, who's a deputy chairman of the committee here. Now, Roshan, again, a lot of work has gone in. How do you feel today now that the event has come together?
Breath of relief. It's been an amazing journey to get to where we are, and very proud of everyone who has been involved, the sponsors, the committee, everyone, the whole team has done a wonderful job, and I hope it's a great event.
What kind of mark do you think it'll leave on the whole industry itself?
A very positive mark, hopefully, because see, we have been going through a lot of struggles, and having an event of this nature has not been easy to arrange, finding funding, but I believe it will have a lasting impact.
I have with me Mr. Ben Derbyshire here from RIBA International. Now, Ben, this is the first time for you in Sri Lanka, is it?
No, I was here 30 years ago, as a matter of fact, but this is might as well be the first time because so much has changed.
Well, it is a different country after all right now at the moment. Now, let's talk a little bit about the event. Like, how important is it to have an event like this on a global extent, shall we say, for architectural industry itself?
Well, I think it's spectacular and incredibly impressive to have your president attending today, and that's a very unusual achievement, and Nela D'Souza, the organizer, should be complimented. So it should be extremely influential, I think.
Having an event like this, how do you think will impact Sri Lankan architecture and the people who are coming up in the industry?
Well, I think the overall message of the conference is about sustainability and the contribution that architects can make in order to secure not only environmental but social and economic sustainability through their work. So I think if that message gets across effectively, it'll make a significant difference.
One last question. What are you hoping to experience today?
Well, I've had a wonderful week already in Sri Lanka, thank you very much, and it's been a brilliant experience down the coast in Galle. And I'm going off up country afterwards, so the experience is spectacular. It's a wonderful, wonderful country. Thank you very much.
I have with me Mr. Lester Corzilius from AIA International. Well, welcome to Sri Lanka.
Yes, we're delighted to be here, and on behalf of AI International, we're delighted to be assisting with the conference. Sri Lanka is an important part of AI International, and Nela D'Souza is the country representative for Sri Lanka. And we've worked with Nela and the team here, the RIBA Sri Lanka, for many years, and it's a wonderful partnership, and it looks to be a tremendous conference, and we're delighted to be here. Thank you.
With me the principal keynote speaker for the day today, Mr. Thomas Vonier. Welcome to Sri Lanka.
Thank you so much. It's really a pleasure to be here, Dima.
Let's talk a little bit about the event today. Why do you think it's important to have events such as these in a country like Sri Lanka?
Well, first of all, you've attracted the president, which is extraordinary, and I can't imagine the president of the United States, for example, coming to our conference of architects. So it's wonderful to get the attention of principal political figures about the importance of architecture and the contributions it can make. So I think that's the key for me, is having a prominent political leader here and paying attention.
Talking about the conference today, what are you hoping to experience?
Well, we have a very diverse range of people presenting their work and ideas about architecture and how our profession can help the world cope with the challenges it faces, climate challenges, challenges of poverty, and many other challenges that involve buildings and how people live, and that's what architects are working on.
One last question. How important is it for an architect to be associated with a central body of architects or a committee as such, rather than just going out there and working on their own?
You know, the power of association, of doing more together than one can do alone is I think, a key. And the Sri Lanka Institute of Architects is a very strong organization that accomplishes much more than any individual member would be able to do. So I think that's demonstrated and very clear.
I have with me Mrs. Brinda Somaya, who is here all the way from India to attend the conference, and she'll be speaking on both days of the conference as well. Welcome, Brinda, to Sri Lanka.
Thank you very much. I love the way you said all the way, because I'm perhaps the closest delegate from Mumbai, India.
Let's talk a little bit about the conference and the relationship you have with Neela D'Souza.
Well, Neela is a very, very good friend, and I have known her for several years. I have organized conferences connected with women in Mumbai over the years, and Neela has attended those. But we have gone beyond that. We're good friends, we're good professionals. So when Neela invited me, although I'm not connected with RIBA or the AIA, I accepted.
How important is it to have conferences such as these over the years and in many different countries, and to bring forward the industry itself?
Well, I think there's no doubt that it's very, very important, and I think particularly because of the pandemic, when the whole world actually quietened down, it ensures a type of revival, a spirit of revival, that people can again get together, share ideas, thoughts, especially in a profession like architecture and design.
Architecture is what makes the world what it is. Livable, and undeniably, it has a lasting impact. That's the theme of the RIBA members Sri Lanka International Conference, collaborating with the American Institute of Architects International and the Italian Embassy of Sri Lanka. To officially welcome you, I would like to invite Professor Architect Lalit De Silva to make the welcome address. He is the president of RIBA members Sri Lanka.
It is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome you all to the distinguished architecture conference titled Architecture, a Lasting Impact.
It's now my pleasure to invite the president of RIBA 2017 to 2019, Architect Ben Derbyshire.
It is an honor to be here in Colombo to share a platform with such distinguished colleagues, and I would like to thank the organizers, RIBA members Sri Lanka and AIA International, for inviting me to speak today.
As a joint host of this event, I would like to invite the president of the American Institute of Architects International for 2020-2022, Architect Lester Porzingis.
One of the things that we've quickly discovered in the international arena is that the depth of talent around the world is phenomenal.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a special moment during this morning's agenda, and that is that we recognize the longest standing members of RIBA Sri Lanka. For the first, recognizing Vidya Jyoti, Professor Architect Lakshman Alvis.
Deshamanya Surat Vikramasinghe, your contribution to the profession nationally and internationally has been phenomenal. In acknowledgement of your remarkable 51 years membership with RIBA Sri Lanka, the appreciation of lifetime contribution to the profession of architecture is conferred upon you.
We'd now like to recognize some of the ladies and gentlemen who have made this event possible and who have extended support beyond imagination. So thank you very much.
This conference is the first of its caliber in Sri Lanka, featuring 12 international star architects from around the world in an attempt to uplift the morale of Sri Lankan architects and the construction industry, and the image of Sri Lanka in the eyes of the international community, thus boosting the economy of the country. Today, we have architects from around the world: the US, UK, Czech Republic, Italy, Iran, South Africa, India, Thailand, and Hong Kong, to discuss architecture, a lasting impact in terms of creativity. We are most indebted to our international speakers for flying in at their own expense to be with us as a part of this extensive program to savor the rich cultural, architectural heritage of our paradise island, known as the Pearl of the Indian Ocean. In the words of Shakespeare, with further ado, and before phrases and wits begin to churn, as I notice expressions of humor, I hand over this podium to our amazing president.
I asked Neela, what do I say about architecture? Because I am not an architect, and the only architecture I know is that of the economy, of which I have been speaking at every place, and therefore I don't intend to speak here. But your theme is architecture, a lasting impression. Architects of the old did that. The big Dagabas that were built, like Ruangwali Saya, Abhayagiri, and the Jetavanarama, the Sigiriya, which is one of the best architectural examples that we can give in the world. Many more of those buildings, what you see in Polonnaruwa, and even in our period of decline, still under the last king, we expanded the Maligawa with its octagon and built the Candy Lake.
I grew up here in the city of Milwaukee. I know at least one other person in this room has been the city of Milwaukee. Perhaps Excellency has been there himself. It was a city founded by Native Americans at the confluence of two rivers, and then settled later by principally Germans, Poles, people from Bohemia, and Central Europe for the most part. I'm saying all this because part of the legacy and part of what I grew up with in the city was a beautiful and very highly developed park system that was designed by Frederick Law Olmsted.